the live when I'm like, "Okay, now I start the live and I should have used the restroom." Okay, I wanted to jump on live shortly just to kinda yap a little bit and, do my honorary or required yapping that needs to be done, and, just talk to the people, and let the people know what's good. So oh, actually, one thing that I need to do is set up this TLDR thing. So on what day was that? I guess that was Sunday. I guess that was Sunday. Did the whole South by Southwest events things. Um and yeah, had a lot of fun. Um One of those things was the TLDR event. And if those of you who don't know, but the TLDR event is too long didn't read, which is acronym, but, the TLDR is a service that does clipping, and I think it does real-time clipping. So, I haven't looked in too deeply into it. I know that it's geared towards live streamers and what have you, so I need to focus on it and actually take a look at it. I was on their live stream for a little bit, while I was at their networking event and, met some people, talked to some people, then I rolled out over to the I rolled over to the Carrot event, Carrot Uscreen Epidemic Sound event, and, what a wild event, really great, big crowd out at a pickleball, uh, Bolden Acres, venue on South Congress here in Austin, Texas, and, got mixy, met some folks in different spaces, uh, and I guess I skipped over this, but you'll see clips coming out on the channel soon of, the OWN facility where they were having the B&H Creators event. I've been to the OWN facility, I guess, last South by Southwest, during the Austin Creator Meetup or something like that, hosted by, I think it was Sean Kelly or something like that, of the Chibi Dinos, and the Social Hour podcast, and, I'm actually not sure how I wanna sit in this chair today. I don't know if it's, quite the way that I want it to be, and the microphone either. I don't know. Just don't know how I would like it today. Uh, yeah, I mean, South by Southwest was a really, really fun, engaging event, met a bunch of people, uh, just did the most tapping to share contact, on iPhone that I've done in a long time. The event for South by Southwest was different than any other South by Southwest with the convention center closed, but it was still a whole lot of fun. Like I started off with the AI event on Thursday, uh, and shout out to the AI house, and I think there will be content coming out where I was on their podcast. I'll have to look it up. Maybe they'll share it with me. Maybe they won't. I'm not sure where that content will live, but hope to put those clips out as well. Really, really just was doing a whole lot of networking. I left early at the AI event to because once it got to a certain point, it was mostly, just folks who weren't there for AI, but there for the event, the show, the musical act at the end. So I didn't get a chance to see it, but I saw some of the clips from the Chingy um event and some of the other people who were there. Uh Before I didn't actually see any clips from the opening acts, but then Friday I really didn't do anything. Went out, you know, uh met another esports guy, Taze, out while I was out. Um and we just kinda, like, went to a couple events that were like, we weren't on the guest list because I don't know, I guess I just didn't I don't know, I didn't really track everything that was going on, I guess, ahead of time enough to get into some events. I didn't really think much was going on Friday. Apparently, there was stuff, but they weren't on the same, event calendar that I was on, or I was on a bunch of different event and calendars checking on what was happening, and I made it to most of the stuff, but not everything was, open invitation. Some of it was closed invitation. You had to either get an email or, had to know somebody who knew about the event ahead of time to get onto it. And so, yeah, we went on 6th Street. I wasn't really prepared Friday to go on 6th Street and do a whole 6th Street thing. If I was ever to do a South by Southwest, because 'cause I'm local, and stay out all night, I would wanna get, like, a hotel, downtown, just to have my setup, and not for nothing, you know, s there's some serendipity to kinda, like, hoofing it and roughing it and doing all of that when it comes to the events. uh South by Southwest is one that a lot of people do. They get, one-way ticket out here and, they figure it out and then they do their thing and they, uh, they get out, they, you know, stay out all night, do what have you. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I mean, the city closes down. There's not really that ma there's no after hours spots really, unless you know somebody who has a house downtown or, somebody with a who knows, something locally to go and do some after hours. So I just I wouldn't recommend it here in Austin. Now, other places I've been to, Los Angeles, which I haven't spent my time in it, but I know that people do a lot of after hour stuff and it's more like open doored. Um, Atlanta that I had been to for DreamHack, even Dallas and Houston for what it's worth are way more, sociable than Austin. Austin is not, it's during the day and up until the doors close, and the doors close, they close and everybody goes to bed. It's a sleepy city. There's just not much going on, and if you're getting into anything, you kinda need your own spot. I mean, there's a reason why, you know, it's overpopulated, not enough housing, etcetera. Prices are going down now because they've overhoused, but yeah, I don't know. I can't really I would just speak for myself, which is to say, like, if I was going downtown and I was gonna do the whole 6th Street thing, stay out late, get into an after hours, because I know a couple places that I would get into, uh, I would definitely want a hotel, somewhere to go back to, because it's unlikely that you run into somebody of that is cut from the same cloth if you're a lone wolf out there, you're doing it on your own, you're making the most out of this stuff, but, you know, that's that's I think that the situation is, different for everyone. I know some folks who are older, who have been doing it for years and see the growth, see the changes, see all the different stuff, and they're still out here, making things happen, and then younger people who are just like, you know, doing their thing, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean, Friday was whatever, Saturday was good too. I mean, really, let's see. Saturday was Rockwater, then went to Revolt, and then yeah, and then let's see. Sunday was I guess Sunday was the Stan event, yeah, and then I guess I did the own app thing, and then oh, no, how did that roll out? Let's see, how did that play out here? Played out like no, no, Saturday, yeah, Saturday create Rockworth and Revolt, and then, yeah, it was, Creator Palooza, oh, yeah, then the Creator Gold thing, then the B&H creators and the Capital creators, then the Awesome Creator Mixer. And then, oh, yeah, on Monday, I did the Supabase event, which was cool because they were, like, doing a bunch of giveaways and stuff like that. But I met the people that were there, and they were tech people, but more like engineers. Nobody was I think I met one person who was doing, like, a real, a real app. Hope to reconnect with them. That was unique. A lot of people were on a team, doing other things, and then but nothing consumer focused. A lot of it was B2B, enterprise grade functionality, or they were looking for a role or whatever. And, so I swung to the Flow Sports thing for, like, 30 minutes before we're meeting up with, some partners, and then we headed over to the Fixated event, and the Fixated event was really great too. Just got really reconnected with a bunch of people who are in the creator economy, um, and met some other folks who I hadn't met before in the creator economy. Who are, agents, managers, content creators, uh, and had a good time. Played a little bit of, uh, cornhole, uh, then pretty much left there a little bit early too, went back to the house, called it a night, got back up next day, which was Monday, did oh, no, that was Monday. Took Tuesday off because Tuesday I was just, like, cooked. I still have this kinda, like, I don't know what's going on, like, sinus pressure and, like, jaw pain and whatnot on my left side of my face. I'm not sure entirely what it is, but it was going on. Then Wednesday, I went out and I did the South by Southwest Gaming and the, side hustle event, and I was I was in a different mood. I was just like, "Okay, cool. Imma be relaxed, chill, just see where things go," and things didn't really go anywhere. It was just kinda like a chill day, like, just chilled. Nobody was really getting mixy as they were, you know. Again, it would have been one of those moments where I kinda had to, you know, be assertive and lead the situation, um, and I just was a little bit like, I kinda picked these things out. I'm gonna do them and then, you know, be out of here because I don't really want I kinda was wanting to be more, uh, engaged rather than engaging, you know? And that wasn't what it was, so it was real lax, real chill, hung with some cool people, but beyond that, people weren't really getting people weren't approaching me, to share what they were doing. Uh, People weren't being super assertive. You kinda They were just really chill too, relaxed, not too much into getting mixy. Um, it just the vibe was kinda just yeah, chilled out, which was not great for networking because the vibe that you want in a networking event is somebody's there that's the host, and they're getting everybody connected, they're introducing people, they know who the guests are before, they say, "What's up?" They thank you for coming. That never happened. Um, and so that was I don't know, that was what it was. So reflecting on South by Southwest, 2026, I'll say that it was it was good. I mean, it was better than I've bet is a better South by Southwest than I've had in a long time, even though it was spread out. Uh, I speak to it because I only attended free events. I don't know what people would have gotten out of the event if they paid. I know you Yeah, I think it's almost one of those things like you can, I guess, get a sentiment of that after the fact by seeing what people post online, um, about the things that you care about, and maybe the thing is like the majority of things that I care about, um, they weren't paid events, you know? So which begs the question of what South by Southwest is doing, uh, to not incorporate those into the paid part of the conference. Uh, like, why can't where are they lacking the value, uh, for people like myself who would pay for an event, if it were not, you know, thousands of dollars for a badge for that, like, the majority of the paid events not being worth the value of admission. It's not the worth the price of a ticket of admission. So, um, I'm thinking like what's the next thing? What what is the other version of South by that's a 2-week event with creator, music, entertainment, gaming, tech, comedy? Like where's the other event like that? And I think, maybe it's Atlanta, Tech Week or something like that, or 2 weeks of events where it's like a full city takeover. It's hard to say. It's really, you do your research the best you can, but, I'm not sure yet. I know that on my mind right now is, Level Up Expo for gaming and creators in Las Vegas next month, and then the month after that's gonna be DreamHack Atlanta. So those are the 2 things that are on my mind in terms of getting out there and doing events and getting networking. But the thing is that the ideal clientele for what I'm doing right now is business operators who want to grow through content, specifically podcasting, where they are either doing a solo show or a guest show. And really, that doesn't need to be recorded in person. It can be recorded, virtually, remotely. And it makes it easier for everyone, unless somebody wants to, you know, put a whole bunch of money together to start a studio and and basically record everything in person, then have people fly out, which is why I think a lot of people who do the studio stuff do it in Los Angeles. I guess they do it here in Austin, but like, you got to be a big name and you got to have a big platform for people who want to fly out, come be on your show, because there has to be, even in the smallest figment of someone's imagination, a leverage as to why they come on your show, that they have some way of, clout farming from you by, coming on your show, getting their face out to your audience, and then having the opportunity to promote whatever they've got to promote, be it a comedian promoting their shows, or an author promoting their book, or a filmmaker promoting their next movie, whatever it is, their next film, whatever you want to call it, album, from a musician standpoint. There has to be a value there. And I mean, in terms of live streamers who are near and dear to my heart, um, I guess they'll go anywhere, but it's just tough to grow right now in Twitch and Kick and, you name the platform. It's tough to grow on platforms like TikTok, X, Instagram. Easier to grow, even YouTube slightly easier to grow, because you post your clips. Like, I guess that's the reason why I still can continually advocate for live streamers to take chances, is because the more chances they take, the more opportunities at bat that they have with their clips. And you have to have a team that's going to be putting those clips out there, and you get those clips out there, people see what you do, becomes fans of what you do, and they buy your merchandise, they subscribe to your channel, they donate to you, they you just benefit off of the fact that, they support you, right? Even some of the more known or lesser known live streamers out there can sustain themselves with just a dedicated audience, with a good quality dedicated audience of lovers and haters, whatever you want to call them. Just fans in general who get your notifications and follow you, and you do well. I know a lot of people push back on that because they struggle to stay consistent. They, struggle to do something entertaining. They struggle to know what's going on, because they're just not good at understanding social, dynamics or what have you. And so, uh, they just don't know who's popular, they don't know what's going on, or they do, and, they just don't do anything about it. Uh, and I guess a big takeaway from South by Southwest was, I thought, in 2012 to 2018, even into the 2020, beginning of 2020, that I wanted to be a creator, and not so much anymore. I think I have developed into a producer, manager, director. That's what I've developed into, and I think that's what I like doing. Uh, Being a creator, because I think I thought maybe I would be an IRL streamer. I thought I would be, like, in front of the camera all the time, doing these 14-hour a day live streams, uh, either, playing games, or who knows? I don't know. Who knows what that could have been, or what that in my mind was, but I definitely think now that I'm more of an idea guy when it comes to content, and maybe a motivator in a sense, or a supporter in a sense, to help through the business of, and the production of content. And that's where I would say, like, my stronger where my strengths have developed, and the weaknesses have become, more of being the entertainer, being the creator, being, you know, uh, competitive gamer, whatever it is. That's become more of a weakness than the strength. Strength has been definitely staying in the know with technology for production, staying in the know for, trends and, and not so much of setting the trends, that's not I'm just not creating enough content, not making enough of a wave, not breaking the sound barrier when it comes to any of that. So, uh, I can I can be more helpful if someone is doing that by supporting them. I wouldn't consider myself really a moderator or an editor or um or or anything like that, even though that's something that a lot of creators on the come up, you know, take advantage of from their fans. I'm much more on the commercial side of this stuff. So if you have a business and you need to create content that is in the algorithm for people who are in search of your business, that's the thing that I'm doing. I'm helping you create content. I'm making that content compatible with the algorithms to show the content in the feeds when people are scrolling on TikTok, when people are scrolling on X, when people are scrolling on Instagram, that your content shows up and that you're talking about things that matter to the whole or the larger zeitgeist of what's going on. Because there's always a crossover, even in an industry, between what is happening in the world, what's happening creatively, what's happening, in your culture, and you have to figure out where those synchronicities come together in order to not just be posting content into a void. And it's becoming less and less, posting content into a void as the algorithms shift from fans to interests. So people who are interested in things that you talk about or what you care about are gonna see the content that you create and you produce, as opposed to just people who follow you or what have you, or people of followers of those who follow you. Uh, and so that's been beneficial, for the growth of clients and stuff like that. So as we come to a wrap up here, because I just wanted to do a quick live and see where the algorithm is for me today, in terms of distribution on a live component. Also, I just think that it's best if we're going to be doing promotional content or talking about things that are going on, that we just cut it live and then clip it up after the fact and just let it live on YouTube. uh I just want to say that if you're thinking of starting a business, you're thinking about sharing your hobby, you're thinking about just sharing your personality in general, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to, start working it out, figuring out exactly what you want to be a part of, in terms of content and make it happen. Again, all the things that I have going on are at trentknox.com, TRENTKNOX.com. On all of the things at Trent Knox and at Trent Knox TV. Appreciate you for tuning in, and until next time, I hope you are being the best version of yourself or striving to be the best version of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Later.